Hey there everybody, welcome back to our guide on the Rimworld of Magic. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Bright Mage. The Bright Mage is rather an interesting class in my mind. One of the things to keep in mind is, once again, much like many of the other classes, this is almost purely a combat class. All of its abilities center around combat, but this fills a very unique role in combat. Well, more so before combat. Many of its abilities fulfill the same role as that of the Fire Mage, the Ice Mage, and the Lightning Mage. Before actually looking at any of its abilities, we have to look at its secondary fuel stat, sunlight. By hanging out outdoors, the Bright Mage gathers sunlight. And sunlight powers many of their abilities. None of its abilities are explicitly fueled by sunlight, except for Spirit of Light itself, but many of its abilities are directly enhanced by it. The more sunlight you build up, the more powerful each of its abilities will be. The first ability we want to look at is Light Lance. Light Lance focuses light into an intense beam that burns everything along its path. This ability is empowered by stored light. So this is kind of like a Kamehameha wave. As you can see, it has a hell of a long range, but you may not always want to use it at its maximum range because it will deal damage to everything between the caster and the target. As you can see, there can be a number of things between the caster and target. I am glad Rogan didn't pass through quicker. A light lance can be enhanced in 3 different ways. Piercing light increases the duration of the lance and damage of it. Magnification decreases the energy cost. And burning radiation increases the radius of light lance. Sunfire is a small AoE ability. Once again, a rather long range that looks like it can be cast without direct line of sight as long as it's outdoors. As you can see, the area is slashed with rays of light, burning enemies in the area. This is, of course, empowered by your stored sunlight, and this can be an excellent raid spell. It can be upgraded in 4 different ways. By upgrading the ability itself, you upgrade its primary attributes such as cast time, range, cooldown, radius, and ray count. Deep Burn increases the damage and armor penetration, Solar Powered decreases the energy cost, and Steady Burn increases the number of beams produced by 4 per skill level and extends the average beam duration. If you have ever heard of the cruel child who likes to set anthills on fire, that's essentially what Sunfire does. Our next ability to look at is Light Burst. Light Burst is another AoE, but as opposed to Sunfire, this creates flashes of light that blind and disorient pawns. This stuns people. It's a short-term stun effect that hits everybody in the area. The Lux upgrade, for each skill increase, increases the light intensity, resulting in a 15% improvement to the effective radius, sensory damage, and disorientation. Lumen increases the number of light bursts and modifies the burst to affect mechanoid sensors as well at higher levels. Lens, of course, just decreases the mana cost. The next ability to look at is Refraction. Refraction creates a wall of light that affects projectiles as they pass through the wall. Enemy projectiles may be offset from their intended targets. Friendly projectiles may use a portion of the light energy to create minor mirrored reflections of the projectile. This just increases the damage as far as I know. The wall will last about 25 seconds or until it runs out of light energy. So you just pour your light energy into a wall. Now the casting of Refraction to me was a bit confusing at first, but we're going to take it and we cast it here. That goes off, and a few seconds later, we're just going to put a second bit here. As you can see, we're given a portion of that as our wall. Should probably try to cast the wall a bit more conservatively, but hey. We now have our wall of light. Isn't that dope. Look at this refraction field right here. Unfortunately, we can't really, it doesn't look like we can track what it does. No, that doesn't look like it's trackable, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, it can be upgraded in 3 different ways. Refraction coefficient increases the accuracy of mirrored projectiles and decreases the accuracy of refracted ones. Spraying LED decreases the energy cost, and dying light increases the duration of the refraction wall. The next ability I want to look at is Spirit of Light. This is their capstone spell. This is the one that they have to learn. It summons a Spirit of Light that aids and protects the caster. This ability requires 60 mana to sustain and reduces mana regeneration by 75%. So make sure when you use this spell that you really want to use it. Use this ability again to dismiss the Spirit. The Spirit of Light is able to store light energy of its own and uses light energy to perform actions. It works autonomously to aid the caster and will perform the following actions: deflecting attacks, cauterizing wounds, attacking enemies, creating bursts of joy, and protecting the caster's dreams. This is a genuinely pretty okay thing to have around the base, I believe. As you can see, a little pixie pops up and just sort of flits about, making sure people are happy. It can be upgraded significantly in 3 different ways. As you can see, each one goes up to rank 15. Emission increases the damage by 3% and max attack range by 1. Sustainment reduces the upkeep cost by 2% and reduces the light energy cost for its abilities by 1%. And Absorption increases the max light energy by 4 per skill level and light energy absorption by 3% per skill level. It gives us access to the Equalize ability, which equalizes the light energy between the Spirit of Light and the caster. This just means between the two of you, you'll be able to have more total light energy. Spirit of Light is okay. You know, we're not really seeing it do much right now, which is a bit unfortunate. This is one of those very sporadic abilities. It says it improves moods, create bursts of joy. I wish it did it at set intervals so that we could actually test it and so on, but I'm sure it's not lying to us. I mean, why would the angel on your shoulder lie? The next ability is the one that's of primary interest to me. This is Light Skip. This works very similar to the Blink ability. The caster rides a wave of light for near instant travel. Neither the caster's position or the target's position can be rooved. Now this means if you're inside a mountain, you cannot cast Light Skip. However, anywhere else in the world, it's fine. So, if we're over here, and we want to get away from these filthy cabal, bam, beam of light straight in. This is really kind of useful if you're using it for across the map travel. This can be very good for if you're raiding and need to get in or out of trouble. Light Skip can be pretty powerful. However, it's the upgrades that truly make Light Skip worth it. So riding the wave is a pretty basic upgrade that reduces the energy cost of Light Skip by 8%. That's not huge. Light Skip costs 20 mana, so that's 1.5 mana per level, up to level 3, so yeah. However, Relativity is a massively powerful upgrade. The first level costs 2 points and gives you access to Mass Light Skip. It's a small AoE that allows you to grab the guys nearby and teleport them with you. We can grab our kobold friends here and take them on a magic journey. Now, as you see, this travels us around the map, and we'll just go visit down here. We unpause, and in a beam of light, teleport all the way across the map with our entire party. This, I shouldn't need to explain, is insanely useful during raids. This is probably their second most useful ability during a raid. And you might wonder, what's their most useful ability during a raid? Well, the ability that makes these guys the most ridiculously overpowered class for rating is what happens at level 2 relativity. Rank 2 gives you global light skip, a global AoE centered around the caster. So we go ahead and add 2 more points, we level that up, and we get access to the spell Global Light Skip. The caster and allies in a 5-cell radius ride a wave of light for near instant travel. Now, 5-cell radius. If I remember, a 5-cell radius moves outward from that center point in each direction. If I'm correct, we should be able to take all of these guys. But perhaps we can bring more. So, I've decided that we're gonna bring along, a small team to go visit some friends. You see, we've been in active contact with nearby kobolds. Okay, so they're not exactly nearby. And, as you've seen in previous videos, we've been in contact with nearby tiefling. We're gonna see who all we can visit between the various kobolds and tieflings on the map. Alright, Bug, let's go, dude. So, if we look around the map, there's, you would normally see an outline for the area you can travel. There doesn't appear to be one of those, because we can literally travel anywhere on the small globe. Now, on a 100% sized map, there are limitations. You can't just travel everywhere. But if you start at the pole, you can literally travel half of the globe. So we're gonna go say hi to some kobolds. As we flash back here to our screen, we can see everybody being pulled away in a beam of light. And in an instant, they have arrived. This is so absurd. So, yeah, we were able to just instantly find our way to the kobold's primary hideout. So, I think you all know why we're here. To say hello to our families. Oh no. Here they go. Say hello to your loved ones. Oh no. Alright, now we can just go here. Can we just unrecruit all these dudes and have them... Yeah, they'll just go into combat on their own. Oh god, look at it. Oh, the humanity. Oh, Bug, what have you done? Look at this. Brother has turned against brother. Kobold against kobold. Oh, but their vicious blood has betrayed them. Oh my god. Oh no. Bug, it looks like everything's going wrong. Oh, the humanity. Oh, this is horrible. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. And the absolutely mad thing here is that this has a 10-minute cooldown. So your raid starts, you fight for 10 minutes, and you get to go home right away. So boys, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna spend some time here in their camp. I guess these beds are ours now. Oh, so are these. Well, this one. And hey, look, free clothes. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is if you're going to use this Bright Mage transportation network to gather prisoners and so on, you want to remove the roof from whatever prisoner area you're setting it in. And, just like that, I think it's about time we headed on home. As you can see, about half of our people are currently deathly injured, but, we're a cruel and vindictive tyrant. If you can't keep up, you're getting left behind. Goodbye, cruel world. You get to select a target from our base, and... Hello, cruel Megasloth. Oh, it actually looks like we can't transport prisoners back. That's sad. We do have a bunch of dead and injured people here. So, as you saw, you can't exactly use Global Light Skip to take prisoners. But, yeah, you can use it to move all the way across the small world and the medium-sized world in but a moment. And that's what makes the Bright Mage so insanely powerful. So what do I think of the Bright Mage? Honestly, I don't much care for most of their abilities. Sunfire is absurd, it's ridiculous, and I love it. As a combat ability, it's just gross. Like, look at that range. You can cast it anywhere on the map. You don't have to... Do you have to be able to see it? Apparently after a certain level of the spell, it just stops giving you range indicators. But you don't have to be able to see your target. As long as you're within range of your target, you don't even have to see your target. So we can just go ahead and go... Bam. And... Pew 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 pew, lasers. Absolutely demolish them. Holy shit. Oh my god. That is devastating. Ultimately, I think that they might be the strongest drop pod assault unit. Being that they themselves are a drop pod. And that Sunfire is so effective, especially if you're going up against medieval tech people who tend to live in wooden buildings. This is devastating. But I'm interested in hearing what you think down in the comments below. Who do you think is the strongest attacking mage class in Rimworld of Magic? In the meantime, if you're interested in checking out Rimworld of Magic, I'll leave a link to both Rimworld of Magic and Kira's classes in the description below, because I use both as well. You can always join us over on the Discord, where we like to talk about Rimworld or Rimworld of Magic, magic and gaming, and modding in general. As well, I try to stream 3 nights a week over on Twitch, where I play Rimworld, generally using Rimworld of Magic, because... let's face it, it just adds so much to the game. But that's going to be it for now. In the meantime, just remember, nobody's cares. Thank you very much and good night. We know this man's one weakness. Piddle on him! Piddle for your life! Just pee on the bad guy. Pee on the bad guy. Yes! Get pissed. Alright. We're going. We're just gonna go now.